Good morning, and good morning. It's December 7th, 2020. And again, it's one of the most favorite parts of your week because it's Mondays with Bev and Paul. And hey, everybody, I'm Paul.
Good morning. This is Bev.
Yes, sirree. Hi, Bev.
Hi,
And
Paul.
we have a great show today. We're just going to go right to it. If you'll notice there on the screen, Biotouch Healing with the Power in Our Fingertips. It's been 5 years since publication. So we brought on the remarkable, unbelievable, uncanny, whatever else we want to call her, Debra Schildhouse, the author of the book. And whoops, wrong screen. There we go. Hey, Debra, how are you?
Great. Thank you, Paul. Thank you, Bev. It's great to
Oh,
see you.
so
Yeah.
good to have you with us, Deborah.
Oh, this is awesome. 5 years. 5 years. Can you believe it?
Wow. No, I can't believe it. 5 years.
I know. And we were just talking about how we all look just as young now as we did 5 years ago. So,
Oh,
Yeah.
had
uh,
to
We
put the
said we were
glasses
better.
on.
better, right? Yeah, better. So anyhow, good to see you. And we want to talk about, the book and celebrate this fifth anniversary. We have some pictures. In fact, let me show one of the pictures here. Whoops, that's the wrong one. No, that's it. So there we have 5 years ago where she got the books in her house, and a couple of pictures there of her at the gala event, which we have a whole slideshow at the end of the show. And the three of us, look at it. We look the same, except we're a little dressed up there. That's
Yeah.
amazing.
We cleaned up.
Yeah.
Yeah, we cleaned up. So tell us, first thing, why did you, and a lot of people might not know this, why did you even write the book? And really, how long did it take you to write it?
Well, it took 3.5 years to actually write the book. And I did it because I had been volunteering there at the center as a CP, practitioner certified for a whole year. And one day you and I were talking, Paul, and you said, more people need to find out about Biotouch. Somebody needs to write a book about it. And I thought, wow, I could do that. I wasn't a professional writer. I just used to write just, for my own self personally and all. But something just said to me inside, I can do that. I have had such amazing experiences this year, watching people embrace BioTouch, be helped by BioTouch in so many ways. And I said, I could do this. And so I did.
Wow.
And it was quite the journey.
And you were saying too today in relation to being certified, it's been 11 years this month since you even walked into the center.
Exactly. It was
Yeah.
11 years. I was desperate to find a healing technique that I could depend on because our daughter had been very sick. We didn't even know what it was. It turned out that she had viral meningitis, but we didn't know it at the time. The doctors didn't know, they didn't know how to help her. She was in a lot of pain. And I tried to put my hands on her with an old healing technique that just didn't work. And I was just desperate to find something I could really use to help, someone I loved. And I had heard about BioTouch. I'd read an article about it, but I filed that away and I said, oh, I don't know. Well, after our daughter luckily did, thank goodness, she was better. She got back to her normal life. It took a while, but she did well. And I said, okay, now's the time for me to find out about this BioTouch thing. And I called up, I talked to you, and you said, hey, just so happens there's a class in like 2 weeks. And it was around the corner, pretty much like 10 minutes from my house. I'm like, okay, this is crazy. And so I went in, and at first I was like, I don't know, this is a little weird here. They said they have to take my shirt off. And my husband Howard was like, what is this crazy thing? No way. But it took me, really one day in the first class, and I was hooked. The people and the technique were so unusual, and there was so much love and heartfelt people want to just, they cared. They really want people to feel better. And so that was it. I was hooked, and I took the next class, and then I became certified. I was actually working at the center. So yeah, it was a great journey.
Wow.
And I still use it. Yes, I do. I have friends and family, and I have neighbors here that have all kinds of things that happen to them. They fall off bicycles, or their memory isn't as good, or
Right.
something happens, and I'm there with these fingers with Biotouch to help them out.
Wow.
We
That's
might
beautiful.
not have aged in looks, but our body seems to have its aches and pains.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yep. But you're there with Biotouch to help. That's a profound, amazing tool. Yeah.
And it's just right there. It's like automatic. It's like, it's one of the first things I think about.
I know.
And it's just, that's the beauty of it, and it can't hurt anybody. It can only help.
Yeah.
And that's,
wow, 3.5 years. I didn't recognize it really took that long.
well, what happened was I started writing it, and actually I let Paul read it, and Paul, who just always knew me very well, said, this is good, but you're holding back. There's something you're not really completely being, what's the word I want? You're not being completely real with some of the stuff, I can tell. And I said, oh my God. So back to the drawing board. And I really put, I'm a private person, but I had to put everything out there. And then it worked. It just really worked. It wasn't easy, but it really worked. And then I started interviewing Paul, because it was not just my journey with Biotouch, but I also wrote about his journey to finding Biotouch and his life before that. Right. And that was fascinating. And he, Paul would come over to our house, and we would take a couple hours, and I would interview him. And I would get very emotional hearing his stories, and about his mom, and everything that he went through. And after he would leave, I would realize that his life and my life had and we didn't know each other, and we lived in separate cities, but our lives kind of had an interesting parallel going on. And that all came out as I was writing it. That was a surprise.
Oh yeah, that's great. Well, you just answered my question. How was it? And for 3.5 years, meeting with Paul, hearing his story, that journey with him, both of you. And by the way, I think what you did when you went back to the drawing board is you opened yourself up to be vulnerable. You let all of that, I think that's what Paul was trying to get to with you, and you were willing to open up and go on this journey of your own, but at the same time, meet with him. And so I imagine, as you said, that was fascinating for you, because evidently it had some impact interviewing him all those years.
It really did.
Yeah.
What to you was the biggest trigger in those interviews?
It was your mom. It was the fact that I had some kind of a bond with her. I've never met her. She had passed, long before I met you. But the way you talked about her, and it upset me that there were parts of your life where you felt that you couldn't be with your family. You couldn't be part of a family. And it took a long time for you to explain that to me. I couldn't grasp it for a long time. And as a mom, I was always thinking about your mom and how she felt those years when she couldn't be a part of your life. So that was that hit me the most. And I really, I loved your mother, and I never met her. So.
Wow.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, you wrote it well in the book, and even her testimonial and the whole thing of, my mom going through all that, and your own vulnerability with that, and I think that's what makes the book so awesome, is you were vulnerable. And yeah, I remember getting it, and you could always tell when, I'd say, nah, what are you holding back here? And he's like, damn, he found out.
Yeah, Yes, you always knew me so well. And, darn it, right? I couldn't keep anything from you. And it was really the way to go, because people have told me that it was like reading my diary, and they felt so close to me as they read the book, because I really poured it all out there exactly how I felt. And the funny times and the sad times,
Yeah.
and the scary times. I went through some very unusual experiences there while I was a certified practitioner at the Biotouch Center. And so, some of those were tough to write about, but I had to do it.
Yeah, why don't you tell us about one of those that you put in the book there that stands out to you?
Well, gosh, there was one I had trouble with. There was a recipient that had a skin condition, and it was very difficult for me to touch that person, because we touch without gloves. We touch, it is strictly on the skin with our bare fingers. And this person had a very difficult skin condition, and it took me a while to be able to touch that person and not fear, the way that it felt, or that I would get this condition, or, it brought up a lot of things for me that I had never experienced. So that was probably a serious one, but it worked out well. And then just funny ones is that I don't like feet. I've never liked feet. I don't like anybody's feet. And it just seemed like always the people that were coming in to be worked on, it was always, that was with me, and it was always their feet. And it was like, why? Another one that needs me to work on their feet. I mean, so there were some interesting laughing and some, very emotional times, but all for my self-awareness and growth. And I honor everything that went into all of that and came out in the book.
And we're talking with Debra Schildhouse, the author of this book, Biotouch Healing with the Power in Our Fingertips. If you have a question for Debra, just put it in the comment section. And it's been 5 years since the book's been published, 11 years since Debra came into the center. And we're just grateful that we all bumped into each other again.
So, absolutely.
So, we still have the book available to folks if you want them. You can also still get it as a Kindle. So it's real easy to put on your Kindles. And Debra spent, as she said, 3.5 years writing the book, and sort of jump-started her into her authorship. You still have your website, right? DebraSchildhouse.com. And she is, from what I understand, getting ready to write another book. Is that true?
It is true, actually. But before we go there, let's also mention the fact that the book also came out in German.
Yes.
And Good point.
That was a very big deal too. I mean, that was a very exciting time.
Right.
So, let's not forget that excitement.
Yeah, and I'm still in communication with them. They actually also dubbed the DVD into German, and redid our manual into German, and put it in a real nice book format, which I wish we could get ours in that way.
But, I know.
And then Michaela and Christine, and they're really taken off. We just have a new certified practitioner because of that book in Austria, Roman.
Yay.
So things are taking off, and
I got to go to Switzerland and meet Christine. And
That
was such a thrill, and we're still very close online anyway. We communicate. But yes, I have started writing my next book, and it is a different subject altogether, but I've been writing it for about 6 months, and maybe I'm halfway done, but it's actually about archangels. And my relationship, I've actually been communicating with archangels since February of 2011. And it's a beautiful thing to do, and anybody can do it. And I'm going to be teaching people how to do it, because they are They are our loving cheerleaders
Mhm.
in life. And right now we could all use that. So that's been an amazing journey as well.
Oh,
Wow.
good for you,
Good for you.
Debra.
That's right
Sounds
on.
exciting.
Yes, thank
And
you.
what do those folks say about Biotouch over there on the other realm?
Well, they were with me when I was writing
Right.
the book.
I remember.
I remember you told us that. Yeah.
Yes, and yes, the whole thing actually started one day at the Biotouch Center when I heard people talking about this. It was an email going around where you can invite archangels into your home for 5 days.
I did that.
Did you do that too?
I did that. I asked you about that.
Yes. And that's where it really all started because I didn't know anything about it.
Right.
And boy, it was what a beginning of another journey.
Yeah.
So,
For sure.
yeah. So hopefully I'll have that done in the next, 5-6 months
Wow,
and see where
great.
that one goes.
Well, we have a lady who just posted something, Zoe. She does paranormal extractions, and she read the book, interviewed me, and she says, incredible book, excellent read. And Zoe, gonna have to have Debra on as soon as she finishes her angel book. Fit right with you. So
Sure.
yeah, and so it's also been posted. Just click on that link to get the book, and we'll send it out right to you. It's a great holiday gift. Biotouch, as Debra was saying, and as you've heard us say for years, it should be in every family. And to order the book, we can even put it on sale for Christmas. What we'll do, we'll put it on sale for Christmas. How much should we put it on sale for? Let's sell it for what it costs us, $7. That's what it costs us.
That sounds awesome.
$7, and you know something? We'll ship it to you for free. So
look at us.
Can't get better than that.
$7, and we'll ship it to you for free because it should go in under every tree. You should have it. It's so engaging, and especially for people who haven't been exposed to healing work.
Right.
And Debra always wanted to write this to make it available to just the common folk out there. And it always reminds me of that guy who came into the center and said he'd never, and he was a furrier. He worked with horses. He said he'd never read as good a book since Louis L'Amour. Now,
wow.
I mean, wow. Debra, you're in good company there, girl.
I really am.
Yes.
Wow.
I mean,
the best fan.
Yes. So, I mean, that's where it is. So it's a simple read. It takes you through some of the points. It's easy to download the first 10 pages for free. And again, I'll go online after this and we'll sell that as a Christmas gift to everyone. And because we want to honor the
holidays.
book, we want to honor you, Debra. We want to honor you, Bev. It was an amazing endeavor to do that. And we had that huge gala event. Gala event.
It was beautiful.
That was the best.
I'll say, so remember, Debra, the committee, we all went around to find angel wings. That was kind of the theme.
That's right, because angels were already a part of it.
Yeah. It was pretty cool.
Oh, God, we had fun.
So there's a couple of pictures. What we'll do at the end of this show is we will have Horace's song, and there'll be a slideshow. And actually, it's time for that slideshow. Debra, this was awesome. It was great to see you.
Yeah,
thank you so much. I love coming. This is my 3rd time on your show, and I love it. So
we love it. We love having you.
Good to see you. Take good care of yourselves.
Everybody,
happy holidays, dear.
Yes, happy holidays. And to everybody out there, again, $7 for the book, and we'll ship it to you for free. We're going on the limb. Make a donation if you want. Yeah, and then make a donation if you want to keep our doors open. All right, we love you all. Thanks, Debra. And here's our little slideshow of that huge gala event that we had.
Have a great week.
I can feel the pain in sunshine or rain, so it's not caused by the weather, but it doesn't hurt that much after I feel your loving touch and we spend some time together. You take my pain away each each and every day. You're an angel from heaven on high. Your butterfly touch helps me heal so much, and I get better as time goes by. You take my pain away. All my joints were sore, but not anymore. Since you touched me your special way, the way you touch makes me feel that your love is for real, and I feel fantastic all day. You take my pain away each and every day. You're an angel from heaven on high. Your butterfly touch helps me heal so much, and I get better as time goes by. You take my pain away. You touch me every day. You take my pain away.